Good evening. This is the meeting of the Villa Park Video Production Commission. Today is December 11th, 2024, and I'm going to say it's 6:05. And I'm going to just go around the table and just to take a quorum. Commissioner King,
Here.
Commissioner Lococo,
Here.
Commissioner Mahmoud Arif Ghazi, Commissioner Vincent Davis.
Here.
Okay. Commissioner Wagner, I'm here. And we have established that we have a quorum. And we're also joined by our staff liaison, communication specialist, Riley Pilar. So I'm going to move on to the agenda. We've done the roll call. Item 2, public comments on agenda items. There are no members of the public present. Item 3, amendments to the agenda. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Okay. Seeing none, I'm gonna move on. To the consent agenda. Approval of the meeting minutes from September 11th, 2024. And this was the last meeting that we had a quorum. And if you haven't, I sent them out last month. And if anyone needs a few minutes to look them over, we can do that.
I motion that we accept the minutes from
Okay.
September 11th.
Okay, motion by Commissioner King to accept the meeting minutes from September 11th, 2024 as presented. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
So second by Commissioner Lococo. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, meeting minutes are approved. Okay, we're gonna move on to the business portion of our meeting. And what we've tried to do is we've tried to make the meeting an hour long. We may go a little bit over, but just to respect people's time, so. Discussion of training opportunities through SoundCom. So Commissioner Mahmoud Arif Ghazi and I were here in November, and Glenn Liljeberg from SunCom presented in a very rough strokes what a training program would look like. And I'm gonna pass these out to you. Mahmoud and I both got these, but let's see.
Yeah, I might have some extras
Yeah,
too
okay.
in my
Oh,
desk.
you got one.
This folklore or something.
Thank you.
You got one? Yeah. So, what Glenn presented to us was 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 1 hour training program. He envisioned doing something like a Saturday morning, a Sunday morning. I don't know what people's availabilities are. And just to get the commissioners familiar with the equipment and, how to operate it. And then there would be a component of the training that would deal with editing. And one of the things that Glenn identified was that, number one, we need a suitable laptop that we can run the editing software on, and then we need the editing software. But we should have that. We have 2 cameras. We have lavalier mics. We have other equipment back there. So, and Glenn seemed to indicate that the training may not come out of our budget, that it may come out of from the village manager's office. So, to be determined. So I don't have anything other than that in terms of training. Bradley, did you want to add anything?
I guess we can maybe see like what is your availability like, so if we tried to schedule something, probably the place to start. Maybe can look at some January dates or something after the holidays, if there's anything that works, and then we can see if it works with Glenn.
Yeah, I can do Saturday morning, anytime, Sunday after 9 AM.
I'm sorry, Saturday morning?
Saturday anytime and Sunday after 9 AM.
I'm pretty wide open January, except for January like 20. I think it's like 23rd through the 20. I have a conference for the Illinois Park and Rec Association, so I'm gone all week for that. But
Gotcha.
I also know how to do all this stuff too. So
Oh, you do?
that helps.
Wow, you can
Yeah,
train
it
us.
does, yay,
Yay.
that's great, it's been a while since I have some as well, but
Yeah.
I'm more audio side than video.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do it for the district. I have a YouTube channel. I do all that stuff. So
Oh, awesome.
You teach it.
I don't teach it.
Oh, you do? Oh.
But I have a YouTube where I edit, film, do all that stuff. I do presentations on AI and stuff where I have to edit all my videos. So
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Wow, we're lucky to have you.
Yeah, definitely.
worked.
So my availability is flexible. Saturday morning would work for me. Sunday morning would work for me. So
How's your January availability, either of you?
I'm good, as long as it's after the holidays, so.
what's that?
As long
Yeah,
as it's,
definitely be after holidays.
Yeah, after the holidays.
It depends on the Saturday.
Okay, are there any, you can't?
So usually the first Saturday, I have a board meeting every first Saturday.
At the Historical Museum. You said the first Saturday?
Okay, so maybe, and you're going the 23rd or whatever, so maybe
Or
I
the-
can see if like the 11th and 12th and 18th and 19th, I can see if those could be potential dates that could work. Would those work for you potentially?
Those are Sunday, Monday.
Wait, I don't think
What-
January, right?
What day were you?
Saturday the 18th, Sunday the 19th?
What am I looking at?
yeah, that's
Yeah, that
Dr.
works.
King weekend. Dr. King holidays on the following Monday, right?
I was in 2026 in case anybody.
Oh. Yeah, that Monday the 20th, I think
Okay,
is.
yeah.
But yeah, so maybe I can maybe ask about those 4 dates, and maybe throw out a couple of February dates and see if any of those work, and then I can get back to you guys and see what works with Glenn and go from there.
Sure.
So the 18th and 19th look good for most folks, okay?
And it seems like the 11th and 12th too.
Okay.
So I'll ask about those, see if they work with Glenn. I can also put out some February weekends and see if that works as well. And then I can let you guys know.
Okay, great. That's all I have on training. Anyone else, any questions from anyone?
Just a quick question on the laptop and program software, since we have to purchase that before the end of the year. He said he would
Right,
help
that's
take
item
that out.
5D.
Okay, sorry, I didn't get a chance to look. But no, nothing else on training.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on to item 5B, on the policies and procedures document. Policies and Procedures, Village of Villa Park Radio Production Commission. And we stopped on page 3, just after the title Planning and Implementation. So, as I mentioned, I think this is gonna go pretty quick, because I don't see anything really controversial here. So, the next paragraph is video content. The commission shall facilitate the production and distribution of local, public, educational, and government programming across all platforms in accordance with the guidance of the Board of Trustees village policies, including any village communications policy, village social media policy, and village internet policy. Media platforms include Comcast/Xfinity, Channel 6, and AT&T UVerse Channel 99. The Video Production Commission will also oversee the production and delivery of programming to streaming video services on the internet, including a dedicated streaming channel of public, education, and government programs. Does anyone want to offer any changes to that paragraph?
Can you repeat what it said about the social media policy? I know we just redid ours.
Yeah, do you have a copy? You got it right here.
Yeah. Or do we need anything about this? I know we just redid the social media policy with the.
Okay,
village
it just
training and
says
stuff.
that, shall facilitate the production and distribution of local in accordance with
Gotcha.
the guidance. So it doesn't state the policy, it just says in accordance
Just make sure
with.
policy. Gotcha, okay.
Sorry.
Do you think we're good on that one, like that paragraph, okay? And it goes, all internet services, including YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or other hosting services on the internet where programming authorized by the Video Production Commission is posted, shall be accessible by the village manager or his designee for archiving purposes and for adherence to the Illinois Freedom of Information statutes. Video produced by or distributed by the Video Production Commission shall fall within the content guidelines deemed suitable for viewing by all age groups as described below. The video contains nothing in theme, language, nudity, sex, violence, or other matters that would offend parents whose younger children view the video. Some snippets of language may go beyond polite conversation, but they are common everyday expressions. No stronger words are present in approved videos. No nudity, sex scenes, or drug use are present in the video. The following material is prohibited: material which constitutes libel, slander, invasions of privacy or public rights, or which may violate any other local, state, or federal law. Program material that creates the immediate danger of damage to property or injury to persons, the substantial obstruction of law enforcement or other governmental functions or services, the deprivation of any person by threat of force or physical action of a legal right, or the disturbance of any person in the enjoyment of a legal right, or the creation of a public nuisance, the direct or indirect presentation of lotteries or lottery information except for announcements pertaining to state-sponsored lotteries, programs containing material that violates copyright or trademarks for Comcast and AT&T cable networks. Federal law and FCC policies prohibit commercial use of public access channels. Additional content provisions.
So
Time.
can I,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
everything is fine so far. Is it okay if we pause to respect Clerk Kornacki's time and let her?
Oh, I didn't even see her. Thank you for.
Just let her do the swearing in so
Right.
that she can go home.
Right, so we're gonna take a little recess. If there's no objection, we'll have a little recess so that our new commissioner can get sworn in.
Did you say there were two today? I just
Were you,
Vince.
Mambo, were you
Yeah,
sworn
sworn
in?
in, yeah.
Sworn in, yes.
He's been sworn in, so just Vince.
Vincent Davis?
Yep.
So do we pause the recording or do we?
We can leave it going.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
wasn't
it's official.
sure.
Kind of a mess
Yeah.
today.
It's
a little
official.
bit
You
of
look
eye
fine.
problems. A lot of wind outside.
Yes.
When you're ready, we can go swear you in.
Sure.
Okay, put your pen down,
Yep.
please. Raise your right hand.
Yep.
Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Vincent Davis,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and to faithfully perform the duties
and to faithfully perform the duties
as a member of the Video Production Commission
as a member of the Video Production Commission
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Commissioner.
Appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ozana, I appreciate it.
You're more than welcome to stay, though. I just
Yeah.
didn't want you stuck if you had
No, I
things to do.
understand. But I will take this if you don't mind. I'm gonna read through it.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, thank you very much.
okay, thanks.
Sorry,
Okay.
continue.
Any changes that anyone wants to that point?
Just a quick question, so what does that mean that federal law and FCC policies prohibit commercial use of public access channels? Like
It's probably regarding like advertisements, I would guess.
Right,
advertisement?
Mm.
The commissioner cannot post any advertisement?
right.
I think so.
I think there's a little bit of wiggle, you could like interview a business person, but you can't
Promote it.
Right.
blatantly promote their business.
Yeah.
Okay, if there's no objections, we'll just move on. You know, I'm gonna kind of dispense with the reading of this because we can all just look over. So that next paragraph, government programming. So the sentence that starts with material produced by the commission, contractors or other parties must be approved by the village manager, her/his designee, or the board of trustees at any official meeting. So it's an or thing, so. I would assume that you would be a designee, you could if we produce something, you would look it over.
Most likely, yeah, I would have to double check with Matt or Suzanne if they have to give the final sign off or if they would have me as a designee, but yeah. And, trustee Patrick is the board liaison too.
What's that?
And trustee Patrick is the board liaison too, so he might be counted in all that as well.
Yeah, I don't see where he would have oversight over us. I think.
No, but,
Yeah, the manager,
But,
you
yeah.
as a manager's designee,
right, because.
but not a
He's
trustee.
also part of the.
Yeah.
Because it lists board of trustees
Yeah.
too.
What's that? Yeah, the board of trust, it's kind of an or thing. Yeah, I don't see where any of our content would go, if we would produce content, that it would go before the board of trustees. I mean,
Something bad happened.
yeah, something that's bad, that would have to be pretty bad or controversial. Okay, so if no one else has any changes, let's see here. Moving on to the next paragraph. Village manager's office. Yeah, then I don't know how that bracketed thing, it says who owns VPTV and Al Stash's library of videos? Do you see that bracketed thing right there on the next page?
It's above public.
After the second paragraph.
Oh,
Yeah.
I move that we strike it.
Yeah, you would strike that, yeah, exactly.
yeah, that might have been something that was just left in there on accident or something. when
Right,
someone was trying to
yeah.
figure it out.
So this is going from us to the manager, from the manager back to us, so maybe it was maybe the manager made a note there.
Yeah, and I don't know who owns.
Yeah, public asset, so the next paragraph, public access programming. Public access programming is, of course, content created by ordinary citizens. I don't see anything. The public access content shall not contain any Village or Villa Park logo, seal, or insignia.
Seems pretty straightforward.
What's that?
So that seems pretty straightforward, I guess.
Yeah, I should add that the Village's logo is not trademarked.
No? Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not?
no, it's not.
I should probably know that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can common law trademark the logo, just,
What's that?
you can do a common law trademark in the logo, just put TM after it, and-
Oh, okay.
or, yeah, TM.
Then the next paragraph, education programming shall be programmed and run exclusively by the commission. Do we want to, I don't know if we need to do that exclusively.
Who else would you open it up to?
Well, to you,
I move that we say shall be programmed and run exclusively by the commission or designated by the commission.
okay,
That makes sense.
or designee. Okay.
We probably could do the same for the previous paragraph as well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna move on to use of production equipment. Maintains a production studio and video production equipment is only available to video production commissioners operating in an official capacity, designated contractors by the Village of Villa Park, and employees of the Village of Villa Park operating in an official capacity. Scheduling of the studio space is to be managed by the Video Production Commission with the exception. Do we want to add or designate to that also?
Yes.
Makes sense.
Who is actually managing the scheduling?
Glenn, mostly, yeah. I mean, I've been in contact with him here or there, but I've kind of just left it up to him. It's mostly just on a loop.
So do the Suncom folks have keys to the production room?
I believe so.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but.
Okay, and then that next paragraph, use of all video, sound, and lighting equipment shall be managed by the Video Production Commission. I'll just add or designate.
Yeah.
Do we need to add, doesn't need to add? 'Cause
What's that?
we should manage it. I mean, should we, I would think we wouldn't wanna put designee on that, or no? I guess if,
I mean, it's being managed by the Suncom, right, time to time, right, or the village stuff right now.
okay,
I mean, I don't, are we managing it? No, right?
I mean, we're not, actually not using it, right, you know, because none of, I mean, we've had a long hiatus, we're, you know,
alright, let's put designee then.
so there is Al did send me two forms. One is like a checkout form for equipment, and one's a scheduling form. So, we were handing out keys to the production room to all the commissioners. I have one. Do you have one, Lori? You should have one, Tom. Do you have one?
I have a transponder for the building,
Oh,
You have
but
like
for
a
the
key
room.
fob, but not an actual physical key for the room.
right?
Okay, so we'll get, once we, maybe after we do our training, we can get keys. And then for Mahmood, Vince, and Mark. Mark may have one. Okay, I'm gonna move on to scheduling, that last paragraph. The commission, in cooperation with the village manager's office, will produce a broadcast schedule. And Glenn manages that now, correct? Okay.
Yeah, him or someone on his team, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's always fun.
The commission, in cooperation with the village manager's office, Should we add and/or contractor?
And/or designee.
What's that?
And/or designee or contractor.
And/or designee or contractor.
So for number 5, it says all meetings should be rebroadcast at least twice at regularly scheduled times. Is that like within a set time frame, or
Yeah,
it's kind of vague? Like public access programs, at least one evening per week. All right.
What's that?
I said like with number 8, at least it outlines like one evening per week. That makes sense.
right. Yeah, I don't need, yeah, I'm thinking we could strike that. Yeah,
Which number is that?
Number 5.
Yeah, I don't think we need that because the videos are gonna go on YouTube and
Right.
that was meant for previously when we didn't have internet, right?
so if there's a consensus, then I'm gonna strike number 5.
Sounds like a plan.
I move that we just strike number 5.
Okay. And I'm gonna I've got all our changes, and I'm gonna send them to the manager. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So I've documented the changes that we had a consensus on, and I'm gonna send this to the manager. I'll send it to Riley as well. And then, once the manager's had a chance to comment on it, then I think this will go before the board, I believe. Okay, I'm gonna move on to item 5C. Review of the submitted 2025 commission budget. And because we were faced with a deadline, I sent a budget to the manager's office with a slight increase, $2,600. And I'm just gonna pass that around. So that's the budget we submitted for 2025. And it's my understanding that, unless the village board changes it, that will be our budget for next year.
Didn't we say that the training wasn't coming out of the budget? Or is it just in case?
Yeah, just in case. I mean, I was
Okay.
trying to justify the amount that I put in there. So this was before we had the conversation with Glenn. So Vince, so you do video production for the Illinois Parks Association?
Yeah, I do some of our social media, our videos there, video podcast, like that type of stuff.
And what is your budget?
My budget it comes out on the marketing budget, which is, I don't even see it, to be honest. I get told,
Okay.
I
They're
submit.
probably a lot more than here.
Yeah. I mean, I will say my laptop's pretty expensive on its own, but that's because I do video editing, I do all types of stuff on there. So I've got a big processor and graphics card and all that stuff. But, yeah, cameras
Do you
are,
have a Mac?
huh?
Do you have a Mac?
No, I'm not, I'm a Windows person.
Oh, nice, me too.
So I actually brought it. You can this is what I use. It's a bit much.
I don't
But-
find a lot of other non-Mac people.
It gets the job done. It's a Legion, so it's got a GeForce RTX, all that good stuff. But I run a lot of Premiere Lightroom because I do
Okay.
our website and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So anything technical at IPRA, I do.
Awesome.
So yeah, like this is perfect because I can open up multiple programs and get going on all the screens. So once you're editing
Very
video, it's super useful if you're going to be up on like let's say for example Premiere Pro, and you're dragging files, and then you're gonna have to render those files. Like even this will struggle with some, like if you're recording in 4K. I don't know what cameras we have, but 4K. You'll have to render in like 1/12 of like the production quality, basically.
We got a real video production guy.
Yeah, not to get overly technical, but
When is the opening ceremony for the recreation center?
On the 13th.
13? Do you have
Yeah.
like a plan for that? Like, is anybody coming? We
We
should
don't
do
have a
it.
plan yet, but yeah, I was going to reach out to Glenn maybe and see if he would want to do that, because I know he said that could be a potential like shadow opportunity. So if you happen to be free on January 13th,
I could be there.
that would be
I
great.
can
do
help
that.
capturing the video, could edit.
Yeah,
probably-
I'll reach out to Glenn and see if he's available to help do that and stuff. I mean, and if we happen to have training right before that, that'd be cool. If we
So-
happen to have it on the 11th or 12th, because yeah, that'll be on Monday the 13th, the grand opening ceremony. I haven't publicized it yet, besides like just like an hour ago saying that we were probably having it, because we don't know all the details like time and all the speakers yet and all that, but we're figuring that out. But yeah, because that is something that I would really like to have a
Right.
video of,
Yeah.
since we
Yeah,
weren't
that's a
able to
really-
for Lufkin.
Yeah.
This is a bigger.
So it's a
Right.
big recreational center, I mean, you could make a promo or something.
Yeah.
right?
So what-
Well, if you want to do like a full walkthrough, and then we could chop it up even like
Right.
there's in the short videos clips for
Right.
socials and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, because I can only do so much. So yeah,
I
that'd
could
be
show you some
great.
cool tools I use too. So it's
Yeah.
like once you create one video, it'll take that one video you took
Mhm.
and then chop it up for you. It does some of the editing for you. It'll insert images and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
great. Because I have some programs on my computer here, but you know, I do CapCut for a lot of things.
that. CapCut's
you know?
fine. I
Yeah,
used
so-
CapCut on our last video too.
Yeah.
So- It gets the job done.
We should do a virtual tour of the rec center. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's potentially opportunity for that during our open houses, which I also haven't publicized yet, but sneak peek, I guess. We're hopefully going to have open houses December 28th and December 30th.
Cool.
I don't remember the times off the top of my head, so that would be
Oh.
a good opportunity.
Okay.
I think they said that at like the Parks and Rec committee or commission last night. But yeah, the 28th, I think, what day of the week? I think that's gonna be like 9 to noon, and Monday the 30th, like 10 to 1. And don't quote me on those times, I would need to look back in my
I'm holding you
email.
to it
But, but yeah, that could be a good opportunity to do some videos there, because that's when everything will be done. Because I was just there today, all the pictures I just posted today, and not everything is in there yet, but
Mhm.
close.
That's exciting.
So open house tentatively December 28th and 30th.
Mhm.
Okay. Do we know what time?
9 to noon on
9
the
to-
28th, potentially,
Okay.
and 10 to 1, potentially, on the 30th.
10 to 1, okay. And what time on the 13th? You don't know? Okay.
5 or so, maybe. 5 or 5:30, maybe some refreshments before, like kind of similar to Lufkin, is
Gotcha.
how we did that. But yeah, I need to meet with Greg and Matt and stuff and hammer out those details.
When's the official open date for the rec center?
They say January 3rd, so.
It's a good way of putting it.
That is the plan.
Been there before.
Yes.
Is it like a new building or it was before and then just?
This is brand new.
Brand new,
Yeah.
over there by the
Yeah.
hardware store.
It's right by, yeah, kind of by like Demitos and all that. That's the best way
Yeah.
for me to describe it. Cause you said you haven't lived in Ville Park long, right?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, so, cause I was gonna say Old Lions Park, but that doesn't mean anything to you.
I never even knew Lions Park was. I lived in Ovaltine for 2 years, and I had no idea there was a park back there.
Really? Yeah.
It wasn't until I moved here again last summer I was like, oh, like once they like I saw all of the things, I'm like, there's something back
Yeah,
there.
they have pickleballs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's gonna be a new pickleball league tournament, a lot of pickleball, but yeah, it's right by the Great Western. It's closer to Great Western than the Prairie Path, so I guess it's near both. But yeah, on Villa in Wildwood, so the address is 320 East Wildwood. If you drive by it,
Yeah.
huge building.
Yeah. Well, then they'll have the construction going on that other. What was it, the
The
Union
apartments?
right
Yeah.
there too? So
Mhm.
the whole thing's gonna be under construction for a while.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think the budget looks good.
okay,
The budget looks good.
Yeah, do we need to vote on it or no?
it's been submitted,
Okay.
So-
yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna move on to item 5D. Review of equipment inventory and recommendation for new purchases. So Glenn was gonna do an inventory. Has he submitted an inventory to you?
I know as much as you do from the last email he sent,
Okay,
so I can bug him again to say we need
I
that
mean, we could just
before-
go in that room and just say, okay, here, I mean, we know what, there's basically 2 cameras.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of random stuff in there though too.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can find the last email I have from him. I think you were on it. Da-da-da. Let's see. He said that he should have computer, or he didn't say inventory. He said he would have computer information before the meeting. I will
Yeah,
follow
he
up
did-
with him and say, hey, you said you were gonna have an inventory for us before the end of the year. Since if we're making any purchases with this budget, we need to do that in the next like 2 weeks, so I'll follow up with him. Actually, I will now, so I don't forget.
yeah, I mean, we could go in there and just say, here, this is what we have.
Yeah,
What all
but I
is
mean,
ours and what's belonging to Suncom.
I don't think anything,
right,
I don't think
I
they,
mean, and I don't know
I don't
the
think they have any
names
equipment
for
back there.
everything and,
Whatever's in that room is Village equipment. Al Stash has removed all his equipment. So,
Do we know what everything's being stored on, like previously in terms of like for all the videos, everything that's produced? Like, is there like one central like repository for everything, or?
that's more of a Glenn question. I mean, it's in like whatever system he has in the computer, like
Okay.
that I know like,
So right
you know,
now
what he
it's
has
all
running on
YouTube,
scheduling.
Right. But I'm thinking of like for the editing and stuff, you're gonna want to have it on. I mean, you can edit off of like a couple terabyte hard drive if that's the case. Or,
Yeah, and that's like the new laptop we're talking about purchasing, so like, I mean, like going forward, it would be on like this new laptop we would get,
Okay.
stuff like that, yeah, so let me see.
so since we don't have an inventory, so the main topic of conversation with Glenn was a new laptop, cause the laptop that's in there, or it's a PC, which is ancient. That we need a laptop and we need editing software.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Premiere Pro, I think that's what Glenn mentioned as well.
Yeah,
That's gonna be on your pricier end.
yeah, but we haven't spent any budget this year.
Oh,
So
So
we
that's
have-
why, that's why we wanted to do it on this budget, so we could do, some like the laptop and software now, and then any new, let's say
Sure.
we need a new camera or something that can be on the 2025 budget,
So-
so.
Yeah, so we have $2,500 in our budget. So my question to Glenn was, what price range do we need to look for in a laptop? And he thought 1,800 to 2,000 would be an adequate laptop for,
you could probably get away with less, a little bit.
Yeah, cause
And
I saw his last email to you, he said that 800 to 1,100, wouldn't work, and that the cost would be closer to 2,000 to 2,500,
that's what Glenn, yeah.
I got this one for 15.
yeah.
So I did email Brian Sawyer, cause I thought, Brian is our IT person, maybe he knows about, is there a joint purchasing program, that we could purchase a laptop, but Brian didn't get back to me.
Gotcha. Yeah, just let me know, cause I can help coordinate that.
So
that versus
regardless of the
reaching directly
price,
out
do
to
we
him.
need to like approve the purchase?
So here's how I think we should proceed. I think we should come up with a not to exceed amount. And to say, we can discuss it, take a vote on it. Based on what the limited information that Glenn gave us, I don't think $2,500 is gonna get us a laptop and the editing software we need.
You'd be cutting it a little close.
Okay. Now, we could say we'd like to get to $2,700. It'd be up to the manager's office to let us exceed our budget. It's happened, other commissions have exceeded their budget, and the manager approved it.
Yeah, so I'm emailing Glenn and asking if he's still working on inventory and asking if he can provide a few laptop options for us to look at. And so we can make sure we can purchase that and editing software before the end of the year. So if he gives us maybe a few options to look at, then we can evaluate price and stuff and see, like he can then hey, here are 3 good laptops, we can see the prices of each of them.
So,
See.
yeah, so I don't think we need to have a specific model. I think we can say a not to exceed number. I mean, I've been on other commissions and we've done that.
Right, I think I agree with the Commissioner, Bob. We should say that way and do the vote so that there's no other hurdles.
What's the cost of the software?
I don't know.
I'd have to look at it, cause I
yeah,
don't remember off the top of my head. Do you know? It's
I
been a
do-
while since I've looked at.
Yeah, I have the
Premiere Pro.
whole Creative Cloud suite
Okay.
because I have to use everything, and that's $600 and something dollars
Per year? Or
per year.
per year?
Yeah, Adobe's only. They used to let you buy it in perpetuity, but now it's all annual thing. But there is free software out there it does a pretty good job too. There's DaVinci Resolve, which is a big one. CapCut works. I mean, CapCut. Do you use like the pro version or just the
I just have the free one right now just because I'm doing stuff, just for like reels and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Or for mobile, not that, not TV, but
right?
not for cable stuff.
Right. The pro version you can do for like $130. But then, I mean, if you're talking Premiere, you can get into like really fancy stuff where like you're doing animations and stuff like for, title slides and that would be something else, another program within Creative Cloud. So depending on how like complex you want to get, there's definitely different price ranges you can slide it. You can get from completely free to we want the whole like full package that any like
Yeah, I don't think we need the full package. Just need
Yeah.
something.
So, so since we don't have specifics,
I looked it up. So Adobe Premiere Pro, paid annually, I assume, not monthly.
Yeah.
It says $263.88 a year.
and that's just for Premiere.
Yes.
Yeah.
It includes Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe Express, and Adobe Firefly.
I
Okay.
don't even know what
Firefly is their AI generation
Okay.
software. Like
But it's like $264.
So do you want me to ask Glenn, can you give us some laptop suggestions in X amount price range? Or what, so I can get it moving?
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, and
Okay.
involve Brian as well. Because Brian will be able to give us some input too, I mean,
Okay,
I mean, if
he's
we-
drowning with the rec center right now, so probably not.
okay,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
can we vote to approve something to not exceed?
so that's what I would like to, I'd like to entertain a motion then to name a not to exceed amount that would include editing software and a new laptop that
Right.
would be able to run that editing software on it. So does someone want to offer a dollar amount?
2,700?
Pardon me?
2,700?
28, let's go 28.
Just 28?
yeah, that seems safe. I mean,
You
just
think that's it's a good number?
Because we're
Yeah.
only asking for 300 more than our budget.
Right,
And
And
I
I
mean,
have
the-
no idea how likely that is that gets approved or not, by the way, for going over, since I haven't been involved in commissions before.
the question I have is, what if we buy the equipment with this year's budget and then the software with next year's budget? Because we're gonna have to pay annually for the
That's
software.
true. That's true.
Well, it's also hard to tell too. It's like without knowing the state of the current equipment, the age of that equipment, right? Is there going to be anything else that's going to come up in the next year?
Yeah, so so the village is on a calendar year budget.
Yeah.
So this will be our last meeting. So we can say, we can tell the manager's office, we want to purchase this amount, we're going, we know it exceeds our budget. Or we could purchase now when you purchase, software, I mean, it begins when you purchase it.
The date of purchase. So your
Yeah.
renewal date would be that same date the next year.
Yeah,
So regardless if we buy it now, I mean, we're not gonna get a computer before the holidays, right?
yeah, but we have to initiate the purchase. I mean,
First, it just needs to be
Yeah.
made before December 31st.
yeah, so if we don't initiate it within this year, I think it would go into the next year's budget.
No, I guess my point is like, if we buy the software next year or we buy it this year, we're still gonna have to pay the fee next year.
That's true,
regardless
that's
if it's
true.
in
And we won't be
January.
we won't be using it until next year anyhow.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
So then if we stick with the don't exceed the $2,500 and then pay for the program next year once we have it?
Yeah, yeah.
So do we have to make a motion to?
Yes,
Okay.
someone will have to, I'll entertain a motion to authorize the spending for a new laptop, not to exceed $2,500.
A second.
Okay,
I can make the motion.
yeah, Lococo made the motion. Commissioner King seconded it. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, I will fill out the disbursement request and then we'll get details from Glenn. And so that falls definitely within the range that he offered us. Okay, I'm gonna move on to item 5E. Discussion of recommendation for naming a video production room. And I think I shared this last time, I think I still have a copy. There are plans to subdivide the video production room to provide additional space for Brian Sawyer, who's the IT. I don't have that with me. But, and isn't there plans to expand into this closet here?
That I don't know. I
Okay.
just know that, his office is going to be moved in the production room for
Oh, here we
some
go.
part of it. I
I'll
don't
just
know
pass
that.
this around. So, that's the hallway. So they basically kind of cut the room in half, and then, yeah. So that closet would become part of the production room. So there's like a
Do you see it already?
Yeah.
sound, whatever,
Like the deadening.
yeah, to
stuff
do
like that.
voiceovers and stuff like that, but we don't need that. I don't, so it was actually constructed
Yeah.
by the former chair of this commission.
Okay.
And in certain ways, it looks like a confessional.
He even had a Sacred Heart statue in there.
What's that?
He even had a Sacred Heart statue in there.
It even had a Sacred Heart statue. A little bit sacrilegious, but. So there was a suggestion that we name the video production room after two formerly the Cable Commission, Sid Berg and Dennis Keating, who are both longtime commissioners and were fixtures within the village. So we don't have to take a vote on it tonight, but there was kind of a consensus. You know, I'd also like to name it after Al Stash, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Al's done a lot of work. He's-
So we'd probably put so we're advisory. So we would say, this is what we'd like to do, we'd probably get a little plaque made and put it on
Do we need his permission to do?
Al Stash, yeah, we would need his permission, yeah.
For naming the production room after him?
Well, you could be the Sid Berg, Dennis Keating. Of course, I don't know if he wants to be named with deceased people.
I mean, you could also do something.
General?
You could do something like name the room after him and then the equipment after Al or something like that. Like, I'm just thinking like a football stadium. Sometimes they name the stadium after a
Subdivided.
person and then the field after another person.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This was an idea that was kicked around before. So,
When he was part of it, or
no, well,
Or
Al
Sid
never
Berg
wanted, no,
part,
Al
yeah.
never wanted
Yeah.
anything named after himself. But he wanted to name the production room after Sid Berg and Dennis Keating. And I don't know how many here ever met Dennis Keating or Sid Berg.
no?
I mean, Sid Berg was like 95 or 96 when he passed away. I mean, the guy was amazing. Very involved with the VFW. He was a World War II veteran. So,
That's nice.
yeah, we don't name a lot of things in the village after people that have passed on. Huh?
We don't.
We don't.
It's suggested sometimes, but it usually doesn't pass.
Right, exactly.
yeah, there was a motion to name the new rec center after somebody.
Norman
Wasn't
it?
Berger.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the women's baseball player.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She was on the Springfield Sounds. Very sweet lady.
Did that ever pass or no? Okay.
No.
No, it's gonna be some general name.
it's Villa Park Recreation Center.
Really got creative with that one.
VPRC for short.
I
Right.
mean, if somebody wants to come and, donate millions of dollars for naming rights.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we had
Like
a-
the
we had a
Geese
big
School of
vote.
Business.
Yes, exactly. Like, it's cool, yeah, I don't know how much he donated.
I think it was like,
30 million?
oh, it was obscene. I don't remember I was there when they built it, or they named it after him.
So we can bring this back. I mean, if folks want to think about it,
Table it.
yeah. And
Well, I have no problem naming after his,
yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be a plaque. We're not going to do anything extraordinary. It's just a way to say, we could probably, well, Dennis Keating's wife is still alive. She lives in Downers Grove. But Sid Berg has family in town, so
I mean, I've got nothing against, I don't know them,
yeah,
but.
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it might help for us to have a bio or some kind of,
you know what? That's what I'll do. I'll put together a bio for our next meeting, and then we can discuss it.
yeah, I mean, it's certainly a way to honor the
Yeah.
people who contributed a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'll go to Positive Impressions and say how much would a little plaque cost, just so we know how much it's going to cost.
I know the village does have, different people they've gone to talk about plaques, but I don't know if they.
Yeah, we just reached out to, cause we just had a chili cook-off for Lloyd and and we're getting a plaque for it. Who did they reach out to? Someone in Addison, where is it? Addison Engraving is one too, so if you wanna compare prices with Positive Impressions.
Okay,
there's also a place in Wooddale. I forget the name of it, but we the Mariners use it to make their plaques for the swimmers.
Also,
Yeah.
who, like finally authorized the naming of the room?
What's that?
Like who approves, like authorize the naming of the
So
room?
we are an advisory commission. So we would discuss it, we take a vote on it, and if we decided we wanted to name the video production room, we would pass it along to the village board.
We would make an official recommendation.
Recommendation, right?
To the board, but the board
So
would.
before we do all these things, can we get like a consensus from the board, like whether they're actually gonna approve it or not?
So it's not like naming a street. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the brown, you know, they don't actually change the name of the street, but they put,
Another,
Honorary.
yeah, honorary, whatever. I don't think it'd be very controversial. I don't think it, you know,
To answer your question, the board liaison to this commission would kind of facilitate.
yeah, we don't have a board liaison. Oh, yeah, we have Kevin Patrick, of course. Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while, but
Yeah, he's been coaching.
yeah, he's done coaching now, but anyways. Okay,
So
so
you're gonna put together a bio and then
I
we
will
can
put together a
table it.
bio for both Sid Berg and Dennis Keating, and I'll get some pricing
Yeah, and
for a plaque.
if we really want to move this forward, then we should probably get like a picture from their families. Maybe we can put a picture of them up as well as the plaque, or I
Right.
don't know.
Like,
or
yeah,
somewhere in the room.
you can just have like, this is who it is, this is why, with the
We
summary.
could find a photograph,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna move on to item 6, public comments on non-agenda items. There is no public. Commissioner comments. Commissioner King.
None.
Okay, Commissioner Lococo.
No.
None.
Done?
None.
Well, I wanna, yeah, I think you're gonna be a great addition, so thank you for,
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron. Sorry
Yeah.
I couldn't make it the last one, but I'll be here from now on.
the only thing I wanted to mention is that I copied you and I copied Glenn on the little PSAs from the DuPage Water Commission.
Yes, I think, yeah. That you wanted to, put them on,
Yeah,
yeah, and he just, I'll follow up with him, yeah, I saw he didn't respond to that, cause, I mean, I don't have a problem with them
Yeah.
going on, I don't know if I need to ask Matt or something, if that has to be approved, I don't know.
well, the village president is on the Water Commission, so
Oh, okay.
it should be, they're pretty non-controversial. They talk about the operation of the Water Commission. I think it'd be valuable for village residents to see them.
Okay,
I'll send out the email to everybody that has,
I see the email you sent to me,
did-
so it looks like you emailed Glenn separately, I don't have an email with me and Glenn on it, so you
Yeah.
just never heard back from him?
never heard back. No.
Okay. I will follow up with that.
Okay, and those are my only comments. The next item on the agenda is chairman comments, or I'm gonna say chairperson comments. Once again, we've been kind of functioning with a chair pro tempore, and we didn't select one, so my bad. But I would just ask you if you would, consider being the chair, because I chair a commission already, and I don't think I should chair a second one. I just think someone else should, and it's not really a lot, I mean, I could assist with, helping putting together the agenda, it's just running the meeting. So that's what it would, sort of boil down to.
I'm in the same boat as you. I chair.
What's that?
I chair another commission as well.
You do, right, yeah.
I
So,
can't, cause I'm technically not on it.
so I just would ask you to think about that, so. Okay, village board liaison comments, our liaison is not here. Village staff comments, anything from you, really?
No, I'll just get back to you guys once I hear back from Glenn about training and laptops and go from there.
Cool.
And also the recreation center, like, if
No.
if you want us to make videos and.
Oh, yeah, and I'll keep you guys posted about, like the
recreation
open houses and the
centers, yeah.
ceremony and see if Glenn's available for the ceremony.
Yeah, we can take the videos with our phone, right? With the iPhone and.
Yeah, but we would rather not for it going on the TV, cause that just isn't as great
As
of
well.
quality. Yeah, like it's good for like, you know, like YouTube, social media and stuff, but for the actual cable channel, we'd probably wanna use an actual camera.
Okay, in that case, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I would make the motion to adjourn.
Okay, and seconded by Commissioner Lococo. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned.